If you've ever felt overwhelmed trying to make money with your art between the products and launches and social media posts, you are definitely not alone. So, I want to share how I've made money so far with my art, what's actually worked for me, and changes I plan to make to build a more sustainable business. Okay, let's recap. For those of you who are new here, Sak Pase, I'm Christy. I am a stationery art business who also does watercolor art recently, a lot of it. I package all the art myself. I make all the art at home myself, from stickers to bookmarks, art prints. I wanted my shop to feel like a universe of art, a little chaotic universe of art, if you ask me. I just wanted to make everything. As a new business owner, I was still trying to figure out what exactly I really wanted to sell. So I just picked up a pen, did some YouTube research, and started making stuff that I enjoyed making. I didn't really fully understand the direction I wanted to take with my shop, to be honest with you. I was experimenting, I was exploring, I was really just trying to find my place in the art world and the stationery world. I was so clueless, still kind of clueless, but I was definitely just starting out, incredibly clueless. Over time, I slowly, or I should say quickly, started to realize trying to manage different products like that while working full time and taking care of my toddler, my growing toddler, and trying to run this small business was a lot. It was expensive, it was time consuming, and if I can be honest, it was really overwhelming. And I don't know why I didn't start off slow. I don't know why I went full speed ahead. I guess I was just excited. And if you're at this stage right now in your small art business where you're just starting and you're trying everything out, slow your roll, okay? Take it from me. Take it from me. Jesus. Slow your roll because you are going to experience burnouts so fast. And I can definitely make a separate video about this because I don't want to go on a tangent about my overwhelming experience starting out as a small business owner. But this video is about how I made the money and what I plan to do to basically make my business more sustainable. So let's get on to that. So let's talk about how I made money so far because I know a lot of you are probably still figuring out your income streams as well. So my most consistent income stream is my Start Mail. Every month I send art prints and stickers to my Star members. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. It's become a really fun way to connect with my supporters while having a steady income base. And by steady, I mean like I have like a consistent group of people that continuously join the membership every month because you are not obligated to stay, obviously. It's been going pretty strong for the past, I think I've had it for a year and a half now, maybe. The thing I really love about the Star Mail is that I send these affirmation letters to my Star members every month. These letters mean so much to me because they follow the journey of Nima, my OC. She is a celestial kitty that represents all the insecurities that we face, especially as artists. Through Nima's artwork and her journey that I write in the letters, I'm able to talk about some of those insecurities and how to overcome them and share pieces of my growth. And I just think that's why the letters are so special. And I'm really grateful I get to send these out every month. The letters, the stickers, the art print, it's not just rewards or updates. They are small, meaningful moments of connection to me that remind us that we are growing and finding our light in our own way. All right, so that's the number one way that I've been making money with my art. The second way that I've made money with my art are shop launches. I have done, I think, 4 or 5 shop launches since starting my art business. And let me tell you, doing shop launches really do bring a nice boost like in your income, okay? But they also take a ton of prep work. I remember staying up till 3 in the morning sometimes getting ready for the shop launch because for some reason something went wrong with the Cricut, or my printer decided to print off margin, or the ink was like spilling somehow, or just everything was going wrong. Every time I had a shop launch, everything went wrong. I was always up really late and I had work the next morning, and it was just such a daunting experience. I'm not kidding. Like, I realized shop launches I just was never prepared for. I could never be prepared. And I don't know if it's because of my just so many things going on in my personal life and my job that I could not focus on big launches like that. But I did about 5 of them successfully. They went really well, and I was able to pay off a lot of my business credit card debt that I had because I would buy a lot of packaging materials and paper and sticker paper and stuff like that. And those launches would always pay that off. Like, I am so grateful that I was able to do that. But it was a lot. Shop launches. But that is one way that I did end up making some money with my artwork. I mean, the prep work was like from designing late nights to printing late nights to packaging late nights. Like, I was doing everything at night because I work throughout the day. And the weekends, a lot of the times, I'm not home because I'm catching up with all the family members I have here. So my priorities were really just off, I think, during the beginning stage of my art business. And so since then, I haven't really done a lot of shop launches. I've been doing like little shop updates. Like, I'll add some things here and there and put it in the newsletter that there's a new item on the shop now if you want to check it out. That way, I'm not overwhelming myself so much, and I get to create things that I really enjoy creating instead of feeling like I have to create a collection of things all at once. So that's just something to keep in mind if you want to go that route. I prefer just putting things in there once a month, like one item or 2 items, and not feeling so overwhelmed. And just giving my email subscribers a heads up that something's coming to the shop or something is now in the shop, and getting orders that way that trickle in instead of getting a big batch of orders and then feeling overwhelmed. I guess it was not for me to do it that way. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has their own way of running their business, and I just realized that I am the type that just wants to do things a little bit incremental, like small things at a time. I mean, running a business is basically a full-time job. So if I'm working a full-time job and then I'm spending my evenings after work practically working a full-time job doing that, it just was not sustainable to me. So I had to make some sacrifices. All right, number 3. So the third way that I made money with my art is through YouTube and social media, like basically Instagram. And I guess YouTube is social media if you think about it, but I don't know. I just see it as a video platform. Honestly, you guys, if you are not doing this now, I highly recommend it, because sharing my journey and my art and my updates and stuff like that on YouTube has made an incredible difference in my art business. YouTube and Instagram bring people to my shop organically. I'm not very good at marketing myself. I've echoed this a lot in the past. Like, marketing is very tricky for me because I don't want to push something on someone like, buy my stuff. I don't like doing that. But I do like to share my art. I like to share my journey. And by doing that, I've found that people are really supportive, and then they check out your artwork and they try to support where they can. And I am so grateful that I put myself out there on YouTube, and I've been sharing my art on Instagram. And I highly, highly recommend that. It still surprises me to this day that people are like giving me the time of day. But here's the thing, I don't always post with the goal of selling something. I just post because I want to share my journey and my art. And that's really why I joined Instagram too. Like, Instagram, I started sharing my art process and me growing as an artist, and it blossomed into like who I am now, right? Illustrating Christy, because the whole backstory of Illustrating Christy is me drawing my insecurities and learning to love who I am the way that I look, right? And so YouTube was me echoing how I want to do this full time and follow me on my journey as I try to make this a full time opportunity for me and my family. And people supported that and they ordered so they could support my journey. And I know that there are people that actually also buy because they like my art, but I think a lot of it is just people that want to support you. So be authentic and just be yourself and share who you are, share what you're about, and showing the behind the scenes of being an artist definitely helps your supporters and builds that relationship long term, I think. I know some of you are like, but Christy, you haven't uploaded a video in a long time. And I know I am so there. I have updates for you guys that are coming. There's just been so, so much happening lately. I that's why I'm making all these changes, right? I'm trying to make things sustainable for me, for my family, and also to keep you guys in the loop as consistent as possible because I have been so unorganized, I'm realizing, in my life, and I want to get my stuff together. And I want to enjoy what I do without feeling so much pressure all the time. You know what I mean? So anyways, I don't want to get too far into that again, but moving on. So that brings me to my next point. So those are the ways that I make money. However, we need to talk, okay? When I had too many products, like too many, I constantly felt like I was playing catch up. I was ordering supplies all the time. I was running out of packaging. I was trying to create new artwork all the time. I was trying to meet deadlines I created for myself. I wanted my business to feel joyful. I wanted it to express joyfulness, but it just felt like pressure. So that's when I realized I needed to simplify. A sustainable art business shouldn't drain you. Like, that's literally not the point. It should not drain you. It should support your creativity and your life 100%. That is what a sustainable art business is. So I've decided that I want to focus less on quantity and more on quality. Not to say that I didn't put 100% in the quality of the work that I was doing, but I do feel like I was putting out so much that I was neglecting a lot of the potential my shop could have had or things that I could have made that I wanted to make, but I put it aside because I I needed to make XYZ or whatever. So I want to create things that will represent my style more, represent what Illustrating Christy is really about, and things that my community will love. Okay, so here's what's changing for me, right? I'm going to downsize my shop, which I should have done a long time ago, and offer a more smaller collection of stationery items. Going forward, I'm only going to offer stickers, sticker sheets, and bookmarks and greeting cards. And Nima will continue to be mascot of my stationery line. Nima has been a big part of my brand, and I still want her to bring that celestial magic and encouragement to all my stationery items. For my art prints, though, I am making a bigger change here. I will no longer offer art prints of just cute little creatures or Nima. Those will no longer be offered in my shop. I will be continuing to give those in my star mail, however. The only art prints I'm going to be offering now are my watercolor art prints. More on that a little bit later. I wanted to offer my watercolor art as a print because I wanted it to be a more affordable way to have my original artwork. So, speaking of original artwork, I have lately fallen in love with painting again, which is where all of this is coming from. I've been really finding painting to be incredibly therapeutic. It has really opened up some things for me, and I feel so at home painting with watercolors and bigger pieces. They have a lot of meaning to them. If you want to know more about some of my watercolor artwork, you can check them out on my website. I have a little blurb of why I painted them, and there's a backstory to each painting that I do, and I just love them so much. I made some for myself even that I did not put in the shop because I love it so much. Like the one back here also is one of the paintings that I did. So each painting that I do now is just so incredibly personal and has its own story. So it's something I look forward to finally having in my shop. I've wanted to put original artwork on there for some time now, and I'm finally doing it. All of those eventually will be turned into an art print if they're not there already by now. So yeah, that's what I meant by I want to turn my watercolor artwork into art prints, because I know that these are more of a pricier price point since they are originals, and they're packaged differently to be more protected. They are definitely one of a kind. It took a lot of research and courage to post these on my site, but they are one of a kind, and I want to value the time and effort, heart and energy that I put into creating them. I have found so much joy in making these watercolor pieces and adding a touch of pressed flowers on them. I am so excited that I'm finally offering these on my shop. A little piece of me. So basically, I'm going to have a smaller collection of stationery items now instead of offering so many different stationery items. So I'll have my Nima stationery collection and my original artwork pieces in my shop. Just a little line drawn there a little bit. Another change that I plan on making, which is probably going to come as a surprise, but I plan on shifting away from conventions, doing conventions like the anime conventions, and instead focus more on the art and craft markets. Because I want to sell my art in places that actually are for handmade art, like places that are more focused on it. You know what I mean? I feel like conventions are more about like fan art and prints and more stationary items, which I'm still going to offer, but I'm going to be making a lot more handmade work. Because I find more joy in doing that. And I know you're thinking, but you don't have time. I know, but I'm finding so much more joy in making handmade artwork, like my paintings and my watercolor and pressed flower greeting cards, that I feel like I would have a much more better time in art and craft markets, if I'm making any sense. Like, I feel like I'd be able to sell myself more because I enjoy making these without feeling that pressure to make them. Am I making sense? Don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with selling in conventions, or even selling stationery items. They are wonderful, approachable pieces I've mentioned in my last video that bring people joy. But I realize I personally feel more fulfilled selling my original artwork alongside my stickers and stationery item stuff, because my plan is to sell at craft markets, right? And I have my original stuff, and then I have the print of them as an affordable option, and stickers and stuff like that to go with it as well, like I've mentioned in my last video. I just feel like my new approach and how I do art now makes more sense to do art markets versus doing art conventions. And it is more affordable. To do an art market is like $50. To do an art convention is at least $125, at least. So that's just another reason why I feel like it's a little bit more sustainable for me. I think with these changes, and I hope you guys get me when I say this, with these changes, I am creating a balance between accessibility and artistry. That mix feels so right for me and my business, and I'm just so super excited about this next chapter in my art business. I hope this wasn't a lot. Like, I feel like I went on a little rant at some point, but I don't even know. I have a lot of editing to do in this video. But basically, y'all, the point is you don't have to have a massive product line or constant shop updates to be successful. You don't. Sometimes simplifying can actually help your creativity and your income. Sustainability in your art business is not just about eco-friendly items, packaging, etc. It's also about your energy, your time, and your joy. It really, it really is about that for me. And that is why I'm making all of these changes. So think about what feels right for you, not just what you see others are doing. Because I know we get inspiration and encouraged by seeing other YouTubers successful in doing a bunch of product launches or running their business the way that they do, but you have to do also what works for you. Build your business in a way that you can sustain in the long term, not the short term. Build your business in a way that it lets you enjoy your art again. I'm really excited about this new chapter. Even though I am saying goodbye to a lot of my older products, I'm putting them all on sale. So if you'd like to get some of the older items that I've made in the past, please check out my website. You'll never see them again once they're gone. So last chance, last call, last chance. My newsletter subscribers already got an email by now about the sale. So I did get a few orders. So thank you so much for that. If you want early access or sneak peeks or just want to stay updated, feel free to join my newsletter. It's free and you get 15% off your first order. Thank you so, so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful. I know it may have come off a little negative about my experience running an art business. And that's mainly because of the way that I ran it, and I learned a lot of lessons along the way. And I just wanted to offer that experience for you to kind of have that perspective and make some decisions for you that work for you. So I'm really looking forward to the changes that I'm going to make, and the changes I've already made have significantly already changed the way that I view my business in a positive way. And it just feels really good now. To know where I'm at now, it just feels really good. So here's to building art businesses that are sustainable and joyful and true to us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!